My name's Duncan White. I'm the managing editor of the International Fire and Safety Journal. I'm delighted to be talking to my old friend Andy Spence from Britannia Fire. Andy, hello.
Hi, Duncan. How are you?
I am very well, my friend, and we've had some great times here at Intersec, and we have been looking at the innovation that the rest of the world is pulling out. But Britannia Fire is no stranger to innovation. For those who are new to Britannia Fire, tell the listeners a little bit about your innovation and what you're doing to influence the market.
But we launched back in 2010. So for some customers, such as Anglian Water and Thames Valley Police, they're now getting their 10-year swap outs being done, which is more sustainable for them and gives it a great approach. But the P50 is a game changer in it's taken a product to market which has disrupted the normal service and maintenance of the extinguishers. And it's been met by the general public and the customers with open arms because they're sick and tired of people overbilling them for serviceable items, and maybe some people who aren't as ethical charging for things that they've not really done. And we've come across that quite a bit. In fact, I was talking to a guy from Italy here yesterday, and he had a reference to it as fake servicing. I've never heard it called that before, but I quite like the term. But we eradicate all of that with the P50 and what it offers.
And again, with the competent cylinder, the 10-year maintenance free, it's very much a game changer, as Andy says. And it was interesting. I was reading an article only yesterday where they were showing pictures of extinguishers on the back of airport handling vehicles that were in Buffalo, New York, and for those that don't know, Buffalo, New York, because of its location, the weather conditions up there. So you've got steel cylinders, extinguishers, sitting on the back of trucks that are going through all these environmental changes. And will they work when they are required? Who knows? Whereas the P50 does exactly what it says on the tin, and it's a common sense approach. And I speak to many people in the industry that, as Andy said, are fed up with receiving bills for something that doesn't really need to be undertaken. And this is where the education comes, and it's always a pleasure talking to people like Andy that are making a difference in the industry rather than the same old being rolled out year on year. PFAS is an issue, Andy. Where do you see yourself sitting in that approach to PFAS, the environmental issues as well?
Yeah, so we reacted really quickly to PFAS, and we can do that because we are a manufacturer, true manufacturer in the UK. And we have our own testing facility as well, which we rent out to others. So we acted quite quickly. We developed a PFAS-free offering in the P50. We launched that some time ago. And it's what we call our hero product now, the P50 Eco unit. And we also have a water mist unit as well. So if people want to move completely away from foams for environmental reasons, they can have a water mist offering as well in the P50 too.
Exactly. So there's the answer. Already on the radar, everything ready to go when regulations change. Regulations are an interesting one, codes and standards, and I know this is something that you feel very passionate about. So what challenges do you see coming up, or existing challenges that are too slow to amend that are going to cause you issues maybe in the future?
Yeah, I think standards is always a difficult one, and we have a voluntary code of practice in the UK for fire extinguishers, so you don't have to have your fire extinguishers serviced to BS 5306. People get confused with this. You can work to a standard manufacturer's instructions, which is what we encourage people to do. But when you've got people writing the standards who've got a vested interest in charging people for these items, it gets a little bit muddy in the water, so to speak. And if anybody who's thinking about innovating in products, which I love innovation, and if anybody really is looking at innovation, don't do it in the UK, whatever you do, because it's an absolute nightmare. Talking to the guys at Plumis here on their stand, and they've actually gone to the UL now in the States, and they've sold more product in the first month of working in the States than what they did in the whole 12 months prior in the UK. And that's because standards have been amended and changed to block their product, which is absolutely scandalous. British manufacturing were getting blocked. Not good.
No, quite right. And the views that we get for this for these podcasts and these interviews is quite good. So hopefully we'll make sure that Department of Trade and Industry and the bodies that play a part in the whole process get to see it to the extent that I'll probably even send a link to it personally to the emails of those people. But let's look forward to innovation, and it's right across whether we're not talking fire rescue, protection or prevention. At the moment, innovation is next to non-existent because people aren't getting the backing. People are afraid to try new things. And somebody once said that if you don't innovate, you're going to die. And we shouldn't be afraid of innovation. And the term "we've always done it this way" will kill 100 businesses. So to be able to use my voice and talk to people like Andy in relation to it and get that message out there. I think one thing I'd like to say is if you're watching this and you're confused about what you need to do in relation to your current extinguishers and you want to know exactly, then feel free to contact me, feel free to contact Andy. You'll see the web address for Britannia Fire on the screen at some point during this video, and we'll tell you it as it is, because honest people have got nothing to fear from the truth, and it's a case of challenging out and calling out people when they are there purely to hoodwink the client because they can see an opportunity to make money that really they shouldn't be allowed to make. Andy, I'm really pleased that last year you attended the IFSJ Leaders in Fire and Safety event, and I know that you had a great experience. News which you may well have seen is that Andy did have a good time. He had that good a time that we are so proud that Britannia Fire are now our platinum sponsor for our event on May 8th in Dubai. Really appreciate your continued support, my friend.
That's a great show.
And we strive for excellence with that event time after time. 320 of the leaders within the region and further afield that we bring together, having handpicked them for their positions within their own organisations, be that facilities management, fire and rescue, active and passive protection, the whole spectrum of the fire industry, to look and to debate things that are going to come over the hill in the not too distant future, which may well have an impact on them. Registration is now open for that event if you'd like to put your name forward for potential attendance. Again, we will provide you with the necessary links for that. I'm Duncan White. I'm the managing editor of the International Fire and Safety Journal, and I've had the absolute pleasure of talking to my great friend Andy Spence from Britannia Fire. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Duncan.